Yo, what's up, ladies and G's? Much love to those returning, and shout out for those tuning in for the first time. I'm your host, DeAndre Evans, and today I have a very special guest. This person definitely knows how to take their dreams and make it reality, right? Like, this person's faced some big obstacles a human can go through. Reversing a brain tumor to even running a $15 million management company, which is insane. And on top of that, he was able to do what, well over 43 million records and basically ran four different $1 million clothing lines. This guy's taking off. It's crazy. I love his work ethic. And on top of that, he's also an Emmy and Grammy winner. I don't know what more do you do in life after you accomplish so much like that, but he's here to tell us on how he overcame all his obstacles and how he beat the odds every single day. I got my guy, Charlie Rocket on. What's up, Charlie?
What's up, bro?
What's popping, man?
What up, though?
So I see you in the motion. You're doing things, man. How's isolation treating you right now?
Isolation's been great. I've gotten into a very creative space of really trying to figure out how to help people. So, I came up with an idea. I was like, you know what? There's certain ones of us that have light in this world, and it's our job, our purpose on this earth to go give it to people.
Mm.
And I said, you know what? While the whole world has canceled all their plans and all their events and all their tours, I said, you know what? I'm gonna move out of my house. I'm gonna move into my bus, and
Uh,
I'm gonna go tour across America, teaching people how to dream again because people's dreams are slipping away. And I'm gonna go do dream rallies all over the country. I'm gonna go help people. If somebody needs help,
yeah.
I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up.
Slide,
Like
slide.
the dream machine is gonna make dreams come true, and I'm gonna spend the next 10 months on the road, teaching America how to dream again. So
Perfect, perfect,
it's
man.
uh
I
it's
love it.
been a good isolation. All that came to me while I was in the house.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I love it. That's dope. That's dope. We definitely gonna dive into that because I'm very curious to know, the whole the motive and how people can support that. So we're gonna hop in that in a minute. But I
mhm.
must say, man, for one, to be real, honest, and open, like your energy is contagious, dude. Like I said, I watched a couple of your videos. I watched you in action a couple times. Like you definitely have this aura about you where like, yo, people, resonate with your message, which is dope. So I do want to like backtrack a little bit and dive into that for people who don't know of you. How did you really get started in just the business world? Like, how did you get the ball moving, and what really came about?
Yo, I'm in a tornado right now. There was just a
Awesome.
sandstorm. There was just a sandstorm tornado going around my car.
Oh
Um,
man.
I'm in the middle of nowhere. Okay, but one of the things you talk about, like energy, and it's not the first time I've heard that. And I always tell people it's like you are what you eat,
Right.
and by eat I don't mean food. I mean like consumption.
Uh,
But food has something to do with it. So everything I eat has like this electric vibe to it.
yeah.
Okay, like electric vibe, like when I was diagnosed with my brain tumor.
Mm.
I had to like really look in the mirror and say, okay, what's the root cause of this? And I asked myself this really simple question. I said, if I'm dying and you are what you eat, is what I'm eating dead or alive?
Uh,
And I changed everything. I was like,
mm.
I want everything I consume to be vibrantly vibrating with this frequency, this high frequency food, high frequency content, high frequency. Like, I don't want anything in my life to be dead.
Mm.
And I switched it all up, and now my energy is contagious because my antenna. It's like I used to have like this is like a bad analogy. But I used to have like Boost Mobile, and the reception wouldn't work very far, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Then like I decided to go over to like AT&T, and like the reception reaches real far. Like I can hear everything I want crystal clear. Like when we talk about energy, like I don't just mean like, oh, I want to go like for a jog. Like
Uh-huh.
no, like energy is what all of us are.
Hmm.
Like Quantum physics shows that every single atomic particle is vibrating, and it's not a piece of matter, it's a vibration. And so when I started eating high vibrational food, my
Hmm.
vibrations started reaching so far, and then my dreams were coming true faster. Like I
Hmm.
could just think of somebody, they'll call me. Like I could just like want something, and then God and the universe, all of the above, are going like put it together for me real fast.
Uh-huh.
But anybody who's listening to your podcast, they're already consuming high frequency content. So all of you, if y'all are listening to the podcast, you're already there. Like, so I'm
Yeah,
happy. I'm
that's
happy to
love.
be on a platform of positivity.
Hey, all day, man, all day. And so basically, the superfoods that you eating is a superpower. That's what it is. Because like you say, what is it? Because right now, obviously, they can't see if they're just listening. But you eating a banana right now. It's a
I'm eating a
lot,
banana.
right? It's a healthy fruit. It's a nice nutritional, potassium
It's
base,
alive.
right? Right. So what are some other foods? Just to throw some foods out there that you typically go to help you,
Come
get that energy and get the drink.
come on, man. You see what's going on.
I got the oranges in here. Yeah, yeah.
so
You went
really,
grocery shopping?
come on, man. You gotta stay neutralized out here,
Yeah,
nutrated. You
I
gotta
got
be you gotta have all the nutrients. Um, but nah, I just look at it like I'm vegan, but I don't like impose that on anybody.
Mhm.
But I just recommend people to eat food that's living, because if you think about it, like I just walked in the gas station a little while ago, and I was looking for a little snack, and I was thinking, let me grab this Cliff Bar real quick,
Mhm.
and I thought about it like, man, that Cliff Bar, that Cliff Bar can sit on the shelf
Yeah.
for 4 years. Yes, it's healthy, but that doesn't mean it's alive.
Mm.
If something can
Okay.
sit on the shelf for 4 years,
Mhm.
it's dead. So I just got rid of, not all, but I got rid of as much dead as I could, and I just wanted to eat food that was living. And
Mhm.
then I was able to do things like the Iron Man. I lost 130 pounds. My
Yeah.
manifestation skills just took off. I felt like I started getting superpowers. I did 5 marathons. I biked across America. Actually, the city I'm in right now, so I just crossed over the Colorado River.
Mhm.
And I went to the exact little dirt road where 2 years ago, almost to the day,
Yeah.
I biked. When I was biking across America, I biked on this little dirt road right by the Colorado River. So I was just like, reminiscing. I'm on a
Yeah.
little road trip right now, reminiscing.
I got you. I got you. I love it though, man. That's life, and a lot of people need to hear that, especially when it comes to eating valuable foods. Something that gives you some energy, especially during this time where we like stuck in the crib, like we can't do shit. We in cars, like we going back and forth from wherever. But it's very important. So I appreciate that notion. So everybody tuning in, definitely go get some live foods, and I'm gonna have Charlie create a list. It's like no, and just do that out there. But I know you mentioned earlier though, which your brain tumor. I
Uh-huh.
heard a little bit about that story, but can you dive into that a little bit? Like, how was that motion? What was going through your mind during the time, and how did you battle that and get out of it?
Absolutely. So I was in the music industry. I when I was 8 years old, I buried my original dream. And like I love dreams. Dreams are awesome. And I've learned a lot about them over the course of my life. And there was this thing that happened when I got around 8, where I started using logic and reason. And that's more of like the mind, where our dreams, they're in our heart. Like if I were to ask anybody who's listening to like complete this sentence, follow your, what's the first thing that comes to, like follow your heart,
All right,
follow
yeah,
your dreams. But
yeah,
if I were to say follow your mind, it would feel weird. Like
yeah,
it's a little awkward to say that phrase, because instinctively we know to say follow your heart.
right,
And as we get older, the world starts telling us how to act. Like this is how boys act, this is how girls act, this is how Democrats act, this is how Republicans act. I need you to be more realistic.
mm,
And when we're really small, every single person tells us you could be anything you want to be. What's your dream? Then when we get older, they're like,
Yeah.
maybe you should consider being a little bit more realistic.
Right.
And that's what happened to me. I
Mm.
wanted to be an athlete, but I
Mm.
had everything going against me because I was always overweight,
Uh,
always.
okay.
And I buried that dream, and I said, you know what? What's realistic for me? I'm gonna become a businessman, and I love business.
Mm-hmm.
And I did great in it. I became CEO Charlie, and I went on start music companies and clothing lines and touring across the world and winning Grammys. But the bigger my business got, the bigger I got,
Mm.
and I got over 300 pounds, and I was so sick, and like it was everything I was eating was wrong, and I was binge eating, and I mean I had a food addiction, and just I mean food was just like the enemy. I would starve myself, and then I would like it's kind of like breathing. Like if you like hold your breath,
Yeah.
you'll end up going. That was me
Right.
with food. Like I would like
Mm.
not eat, and then I would like overeat.
Mm.
Um, so I was just out of balance, out of alignment. Very low frequency. Also being in the music industry, it was very challenging and
Mm.
stressful. Every part of my life led to food. From deal making to celebration to stress. Every single aspect of my life was leading to food, and I got so sick. My body was so out of balance that a brain tumor had grown in
Mm.
my head, and it was wrapped around my eye and applying pressure to the artery that goes into the brain.
Yeah.
And it was just the rock bottom moment for me, where I feel like, wow, like this is it. Like that was my life. Here was
Mm.
a kid who buried his dream, that went on to make money and then died. And I told myself, I said, that can't be my story.
Right.
And I kept saying to myself, my story isn't over yet.
Mm.
And I decided to go back to my childhood dream. And I said, I'm going to be an athlete. And I don't care if that's unrealistic. I don't care if anybody understands or doesn't understand, or I don't even care if they support me. I've
Mm.
got to do this. And I went to my business partners and I went to my artists and I told them I'm retiring at the age of 28.
Mm-hmm.
And we had just won a Grammy. And it
Who
was
you won the
like
Grammy with?
with 2 Chains.
2 Chains. Nice.
Hmm.
Nice. Okay.
So, so it was like, it was like, I'm going to leave everything and I'm going to reinvent my life for my dream. And I left my city of Atlanta, where I was from.
Mm-hmm.
I moved to California. I changed how I ate. I got rid of friends. I got rid of social media. I got rid of television. I basically stripped my life down
Yeah.
to just the rawest form, and I reinvented. And a lot can change in a year. I lost 130 pounds. I did an Ironman. I did
Nice.
five marathons. Biked across America. I became a Nike athlete. I was in the Colin Kaepernick ad, the big
Yeah.
Colin Kaepernick Nike commercial. Um, and that commercial was even named after me. It was named Dream Crazy, and that was named after my catchphrase that I introduced to Nike.
Wow.
So Dream Crazy, and we won an Emmy for that. So
Wow.
it's just proof that everything is possible. Not anything,
Mm-hmm.
everything. And
Mm.
it's just like, if anybody who's listening to this, when you wake up and you feel like kind of stuck, like you're in gridlock traffic, especially right now,
Right.
when like if you think about gridlock, why it's so frustrating is because something else is imposing on you getting to where you want to go. It's not your choice.
Mm-hmm.
It's something else is stopping you. And all we want to feel is just that open road. It's so freeing.
Right.
And that's the thing with what's happening now. Yes, there's like maybe going to be the worst economic downturn we've ever experienced, possibly. I'm not sure. I hope not. But it has potential to be really really tough times, and it's all caused by something we couldn't control. But
Hmm.
there's something beautiful that happens when, let's say, you're in gridlock and you decide to go on a little side road, and then it ends up taking you to some beautiful mountain and some beautiful river,
Right.
and it just you just never would have expected it going the same way you always went every single day home. But
Hmm.
you know what, these problems become opportunities. And I always say Santa Claus does not deliver the presents when it's bright outside. You
Hmm.
only get the presents when it's dark. So anytime in my life when something bad happened, whether it was the brain tumor or 300 pounds or my business is failing or anything, it always provided these amazing presents. And that's what made me successful, were all those gifts that were given to me in hard times. Because I would have never been a Nike athlete if I didn't have, a weight problem. That was my way.
Hmm.
I would have never, become the big music manager if I wasn't fired from being Soldier Boy's cameraman.
Hmm.
I would have never found my first group, Travis Porter or Two Chains, if my first group didn't fire me. So all these bad things that happened ended up being amazing gifts, amazing presents, and they're always delivered in the dark.
Wow. Well, I guess I can end the podcast now because that's all we need to hear today. But no, man. In all seriousness, that's awesome. That's a beautiful thing. Like you stated earlier, like yo, we told at a very young age that we can be anything, right? But when we get older, reality hits us. Like, cause at a young age, you be like, I want to be a dinosaur, and they be like, okay, you just mom and dad, whatever. But that's not fucking possible. But you when you
I want
grow
to
up,
be a dinosaur.
you know, but reality hits, right? And it comes in, and you're back against the wall, and you're going through, obstacles that you've been through. It's like you fight or fight, right? You
Yes.
fight or you flight. So
Yeah.
I learned this from ET a minute ago. He was like, "Yo, you can either stand up and surrender, or you can stand up and fight, right?"
Yeah.
So it's just a perspective. Like, what you gonna do? You gonna throw your hands up, or you gonna throw your hands up? You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. I
you
like
took the
that.
chance to fight back. So you overcoming the brain tumor and losing weight and working with Two Chainz, Soldier, with all these amazing people. Like, you've been able to turn a dream into a reality over time. It may
Yes.
not probably went down the way that you probably anticipated, but it fucking happened. Now you're a Nike athlete, dude. Like, how you become a Nike athlete, dude? How does
A
it
lot
feel
of
to be a Nike athlete?
God, a lot of manifestation. So
Yeah.
I'll show you, like, I know that people can't watch this or see this right now, but here's a notebook I'm holding up,
Hmm.
and I call it my quantum possibilities notebook.
Hmm.
And um in quantum physics, like we talked about a little while ago, like everything is vibrating.
Hmm.
Everything. So if everything is a vibration, then that means everything is connected. And I'll give you an analogy. So here's a rock. You see this little rock?
Yeah. Why do you have a rock in the car? But it's okay.
Okay. Well, because it's beautiful. It's
I,
beautiful.
I mess with it. I mess with it.
so so imagine if I had three rocks, right?
Right. Mhm.
These three rocks, I drop them in a pond in different locations.
Okay.
Those rocks were in separate locations,
Hmm.
but the waves that come off of those rocks all meet together and collide somewhere in the middle of the pond. So if we look at things as matter based, you're there and I'm here, it looks like we're separate. But if
Hmm.
you study just the basics of quantum physics, it says you're vibrating and I'm vibrating. That means there's waves coming off of us. And if there's waves coming off of us, don't they collide somewhere?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Right.
So I believed I was already connected to Nike. I believed everything I wanted was already mine. I believed I could send a signal to something and to get it to pay attention to me. And so I would write down in my quantum possibilities notebook every single day. Every single day that hold on one second. This gentleman is talking to me. This gentleman is Come on, just let them know that it's all gonna be all right.
Oh yeah.
We're out here in the country. We gotta respect these folks.
Right.
You can't disrespect folks in the country now. This is definitely they don't want to see any city slickers out here. That'd be real nice.
Be careful out there.
Oh yeah, sandstorm tornadoes and you know little parking lot patrol. All right, so I believed I was already connected to everything I wanted, and I believed bigger. So I always have these two catchphrases: dream crazy and believe bigger. Okay, so people will tell us not to have limited beliefs, but we never hear somebody tell us you need to believe bigger. They
Yeah.
say us don't have limited, but they don't tell us to have big belief. So if I can take what I want and believe it's mine so much that I like just believe it's already mine, and what does that feel like? And I believed, and I would write down in my notebook, I'm a Nike athlete. I even would write down in my notebook, I'm going to be in a commercial with LeBron James and Serena Williams.
Wow.
And these are very specific requests for
Right.
somebody who does not play for the Lakers. And in that
Yeah.
Colin Kaepernick ad,
Yeah.
there was LeBron James and Serena Williams.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yes. So it all came true.
Yeah.
And it's just big, big, big proof that manifestation is real.
Hmm.
God is real. We see endless amounts of stories, but I write down every morning in my notebook what I
Right.
want.
Mm.
And I just say this is my quantum possibilities. I love the word possibility. Like
Mm.
what a beautiful freaking word. Possibility.
Yeah.
Like this is possible. Like that's what our heart knows possibility. Where our mind it knows it too, but our mind will find ways to talk us out of it.
Hmm.
Okay, so our mind is extremely powerful, but if we can get our mind to align with our heart, because our heart knows what it wants,
Hmm.
our mind likes that, but it also says, well, have you thought about this? Well, maybe you can't do that, or maybe what will this person say?
Right.
Your
Right.
heart doesn't do any of that. That's only your mind. So it's my goal to just drink my own Kool-Aid so much that
Hmm.
my mind starts believing what my heart is feeling, and my mind then figures out ways to get it done instead of talking its way out of it, you know?
Right. Right. So you set your intentions. That's what it
Come
is.
on.
Set
That's
your
right.
intention. We about to start preaching. We about to go to church, Charlie. We about to go
Hey,
to
man,
church.
I'm ready, man. I like
Okay,
church.
and it's a great thing. I'm glad you made note of that because when you say you started to believe and you seen possibility, like you had filled your mind up so much with the belief that you knew what was possible that you didn't allow fear to come in anywhere in that scenario and situation, right? Because
Come on,
fear is a thing that is created. It's not really real, it's created. It's like a fake facade of some BS, that we bring on ourselves. So I always tell people, well, there's students, people I come in contact with, like, yo, you got an opportunity to change the way you think, like
yeah,
you can think positive or you can think negative. And it both
yeah.
takes the same amount of energy. If we talking energy, right? It takes the same
Come
amount,
on, man.
right? So you got a choice. And you chose obviously to go right instead of left. But what a lot of people tend to do is they tend to, play this horror flick in their minds over and over.
It's okay.
Not
We're all
knowing,
guilty of that.
yeah, not knowing that they are the producers of their life, like you are. You produce
Yeah,
good films, good vibes.
yeah.
So I rock with that. So at what age did you, realize that, yo, I'm able to manifest stuff? Like everything is coming, like it's happening. Like when did you? Because some people don't realize it, and I was kind of blind to it for a second. But like, was it like at a young age? Was it when you was getting older? When you hit 2 chains, Soldier Boy? Like what was it?
It was it was like the first part of my life was mathematics.
Mm-hmm.
The last 3 4 years has been magic. So both are important. Okay, and I'll describe this like so from age whenever to 28. I thought that 1 plus 1 equals 2, and that's true. 1 plus 1 does equal 2.
Mm-hmm.
it's like if I would do more work, I would get this. If I woke up earlier, I would get this. If I passed out more CDs, I would get this. If I made more phone calls to radio stations, I would get this. And when I got hit down to rock bottom, I said, I need a miracle.
Mm-hmm.
And I started believing in these crazy dreams. And I realized that 1 plus 1 can equal 1,000. It's
Yeah.
I mean, I'm living proof of it now that, I've been able to do the Nike thing, and I've been on the cover of Runner's World magazine, the biggest running publication in the world, and I've got all these amazing magical things that weren't 1 plus 1 equals 2. 1 plus 1 equals 2 is you want to be a Nike athlete, be a great basketball player
Mm-hmm.
in middle school, high school, college,
Right.
make the league, then you become a Nike athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I needed something else to have happen.
Yeah.
And it's possible. So now I apply both, and I call that, the law of action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's mathematics.
Yeah.
The law of attraction.
Big on that.
That's magic, and then that's what gives you a whole bunch of traction. You got the action with the attraction, now you got traction.
Yeah.
So now we're getting all sorts of crazy things happening in my life where we got books coming out, we got films coming out, we've got,
Mm-hmm.
podcasts, we've got tours, we've got tour buses, we've got albums, we got all this crazy stuff that's happening all at once because I imagined it in my mind, and then God and the universe just put it all together and sent me the right people at the right time, and then boom, it's effortless.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So
And that's how we
yeah,
came in contact. Boom, just like that.
boom,
Off the
easy.
energy, off the
Hold on, what's
wave.
your shirt say? Life, liberty, and the
Pursuit to
pursuit.
party.
Hey,
I
that's
got to
right.
party in this house, man, while I can, or something.
That's right. People's hearts are having a party right now. They're listening to this. Their
you
hearts
know
are
it.
having a party.
Let's go. Let's go. So I do want to take it back real quick because it's something very interesting to me. Just looking inside your life, like you're giving us a peek into the world of Charlie, right? Like, how did
Hmm.
the relationship form with the celebrities that you work with, Two Chainz, Soldier Boy, like Two Chainz in particular? Like, how was that interaction? Are you guys still close? Like, how did it all come about? What road from there?
Well, when I was in high school, I started this hip hop website,
Okay.
and I was just like looking at hip hop, like it was so freaking cool. My dad was a blues musician, so I grew up around music,
Hmm.
and when I'm like, I'm a businessman, so I'm like, you know what? All my friends are starting to make music. I'm gonna build a website, and I'm gonna get a camera, and I'm gonna promote them and make videos. And I made like a media outlet
Okay.
for independent artists, and all my friends just happened to make dance music. So it was
Mm,
like the Atlanta dance wave, the
right.
viral, the viral hip hop, came
Hmm.
into play. Like I helped usher that in, and you know, um, websites started taking off. And I get a phone call from Interscope Records one day,
Wow.
and they said, we just signed this new artist, and he wants you to be his cameraman.
Mm.
And I said, who's your artist? They said, his name is Soldier Boy. I was like, oh, I know who Soldier Boy is. Um, so I ended up dropping out of community college, and
Hmm.
I'm on the road with Soldier Boy, and
Hmm.
then I get fired, and then I sign a girl group, and then I get fired, and then I found this boy group,
Uh-huh.
and their name was Travis Porter, and
Oh yeah.
you know, we were doing our thing. We were doing real good. They didn't fire me. they
Yeah.
they didn't fire me. We had 3 top 20 records in the country. I was able to move
Hmm.
out of my mom's basement, and
Hmm.
then there was this one day we're at a music video shoot with Lil Wayne and this group called Player Circle,
Hmm.
and man, this guy walked in the room and he was 6'6". He looked like an Egyptian pharaoh, and I was like, man, that's a superstar. And
Yeah.
my business partner knew who he was personally, and
Hmm.
his name was Titty Boy.
Mm.
And we approached him and said, man, we want to manage you. and he didn't want us to manage him. He wanted like some like big industry manager to manage him,
Right.
and we didn't take no for an answer. We acted like his manager,
Yeah.
uh, just because we believed in it, and
Hmm.
we just acted like his manager, and then it became, our job.
Hmm.
Like the other guy, the big industry manager, he stopped showing up to the meetings because we were doing so much more than him,
Hmm.
and that's how we met Titty Boy, who then became Two Chains.
Hey,
And we went from about $3,000 a show to $150,000 a show in the course of about a year and a half, 2 years.
that's crazy. That's crazy. Two Chain, yeah, he definitely big here in Detroit. Well known, well respected. Every time he come, people go crazy. Like you say, Jeezy, everybody. He
Yep.
definitely show love. It's just real. Like we definitely can connect to it. Like Atlanta and Detroit is like they're like cousins. You know what I'm
They're
saying?
like
Like
cousins, yeah.
like cousins. Like yo, what up?
Because it's
So
a city full of hustlers.
exactly,
Like
man. We gonna make it happen.
like Detroit, all of y'all hustle. I've never seen a city hustle. Y'all hustle. Y'all, man, y'all are crazy. My best friend is from Detroit. My best friend is from the West Side, and she
Yeah.
grew up in Southfield after she moved out from the West Side. So
Hmm.
I'm also good friends with Mike Posner.
Oh yeah,
Made a
the
lot of
homie.
music with Big Sean.
Uh-huh.
Um, Shout out to T Grizzly. Like it's just Detroit's doing real good. I'm happy for Detroit, especially
Yeah.
since y'all have artists that have the sound, the real sound. Like
Yeah.
to hear like T Grizzly, I'm like I'm like, wow, somebody with this sound finally made it. Cause I would listen to like Team East Side, and I would listen to
Right.
Doughboy Cash Out, and
Yeah.
I would be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
wow, somebody finally made it with the sound, you know?
Right. Yeah, man. It was
So
a
it's
it was a
cool.
big wave. Exactly. Because you got a little bit of everything. You got M, you got Sean, you got T now. So it's like everybody got
Yep.
their style, and it just shows
Yep.
how diverse really Detroit is. So yeah, you're right. It's real dope. It's real dope. But like I said, man, I don't want to keep you long because I know I only got you for a limited amount of time. But I got hella questions. But I do
Okay.
want to get through a few more of these, and I'll let
Yeah.
you do your thing. But just out of everybody you work with, though. Like we talked
Uh-huh.
energy, we talked drink, talked reality, we talked about everything. Like, what did you learn? I could say this. What was the three biggest takeaways, or even just one big takeaway from working with these celebrities or these big time people that you was like, yo, I got to work with them, or yo, I'm inspired by what they do, like LeBron,
Yeah.
Colin, Serena, whoever. Like, what did
Yep.
you take away the most out of everybody?
Man, I learned so much from Two Chains. To me, like I didn't know. I mean, I worked with him for 12 years, but
Mhm.
it wasn't until I left the music industry and I went around the world meeting with these masters, these like true like masters and gurus and like mystics. And as I'm meeting with them and learning from them all over the world, from Bali to Thailand, I mean to Peru, I'm like, wow, like I was in the presence
Hmm.
of a true master all these years, and I just thought he was Two Chains. I had no idea he was like a king.
Yeah.
And when I go meet these very special people and these masters, I saw so many characteristics of him
Hmm.
in each one of them. And there was this, I mean, Two Chains was so balanced. There was never a bad day, and there was never a great day.
Hmm.
And I'll give you an example. So I'm in Thailand, and I'm meeting with Sensei.
Hmm.
I'm at fight camp. I'm like learning Muay Thai, and I'm with Master
Yeah.
Sensei Crew, and I asked him one day. I said, "How you doing today?" He
Hmm.
said, "Always good." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Never bad, never great, always good." And and it made me remind myself of Two Chainz so much because no matter what was going on in his life, it could be the most terrible thing. He had the same look on his face. Or it could be a great day, same look on his face, and he would just run the play.
Uh,
And that is how he would stay relevant for 20 years in the music industry when most people are relevant for about two. But Two Chainz would wake up and run the play, and I know Kobe was the same exact way. No
yeah.
matter what, 1,000 shots. Bad day, 1,000 shots. Good day, 1,000 shots. Just pick the play and run the play. And I learned that from 2 Chainz, and I'm a very extreme person. If
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna like bike, I'm gonna bike across America. Like very extreme. But I want to get that more master. That
Mm-hmm.
that very balanced
Yeah.
master like trait that 2 Chainz has, and it's you see it with the greats.
Mm-hmm.
You see it with the greats. Like they do not miss the play ever. They
They
find the
don't.
play that's going to win the game, and they
Yeah.
don't run a single other play. They stick
Yeah.
to the one play.
Exactly. Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. I can attest to that. It's working with so many different people. Having people like yourself come on to the show, like it's consistency. It's just
Yes,
that fine tuning. Like you tunnel visioned in on what you want, and then nothing's gonna stop you. And I see it in you. I see it in everybody. That's great. So that's definitely relatable. And I think that is a very common trait. You're right. Definitely right about that. And I do want to dive into because I know you talked about it earlier. Real quick, you did
okay.
like a little did the alley oop. I just didn't dunk it because I was waiting till now.
Hey,
But you was talking about your tour. You got your tour
yeah,
going on, and I wanted to know just to give that the respect and show out that love to everyone who want to support. Obviously, I want to help in any way. Like, what's going on with that? How can people tune in and tell us more about the movement?
man, I was thinking about it. Like people are hurt right now so
Yeah.
bad, and it's like this is the time where I have to go into the hurricane.
Hmm.
It's like there it might be something so simple like there's a kid who wants to play basketball but his parents can't afford basketball shoes. It might be
Hmm.
that simple, and I'm going to pull up in the dream machine and we're going to take them shopping, and we're going
Yeah.
to get them some Nikes,
Yeah.
like checks over stripes, like we're going
Sponsor, baby.
yeah. But there might be an old lady who doesn't have family and can't get enough good meals or healthy meals, and nutrition is important. And there's food deserts out here. And I'm going to pull up in that dream machine. We're going to find people to help, and I'm going to go all across the country. We're going to do dream rallies. We're talking about the GM plant in Detroit. We're talking about the
Exactly.
steel stacks in Pittsburgh. We're talking about Washington, D.C. Like we're
Yeah.
gonna have dream rallies. We're gonna make people dream again and remind them of their dreams because their dreams are slipping away right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's dreams are slipping away. But the one thing that's gonna give us hope is our dreams. And I'm gonna dedicate my next 10 months
Hmm.
to helping other people's dreams come true. I'm also chasing a dream
Hmm.
of I want to become a basketball player, like a successful basketball player. That's what I wanted to do when I was little. So I'm going to train every
Yeah.
single day to win MVP of the NBA Celebrity All-Star Game next February in Indianapolis, and
Yeah.
I'm going to show people how to chase a dream,
Mm.
how from scratch,
Yeah.
how to, because people on this podcast, they're like, oh, he does all these amazing things. Well, I'm nothing like him. Well, if you follow along on this journey, you'll see I'm trash, but I'm going to get good, because this is how to chase a dream. And that's what people need. People don't
Yeah.
need to see another perfect person being perfect.
Right.
They
Right.
need to see somebody come off of the top of the mountain down to the bottom of the mountain with everybody else and show them how to get to the top.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm doing.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, we definitely want you here in Detroit. Come on in. Let me know what we can do. I got connects. You got connects. We can make it happen. You
Dream
know,
Machine's pulling up
working
in
on it.
Detroit
Let's
in
get
the
it, man. Let's
D.
get
Let's go.
it. Let's go, man. Let's go. But I do admire we want two things here, like the fact that you're a great storyteller, man. I love your energy. I love the way you put things, you explain it very clearly, and just the vibe. And like, I just want to end it, if you don't mind, just giving that last hoorah, that last push for somebody tuning in, like, y'all, I'm messing with, what's going on. I'm right there. I want to take action. Like, what's that extra push you can get them to, like, yo, now is the time. Like, we sitting at home. Now is the time to go all in. What would you say to that person that need that extra push and motivation?
I'll tell you this. It's like when we come up with an idea,
Mm-hmm.
it feels so good. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be so successful. And then we get started down the path, and when it's hard, we give up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you why I always call myself Charlie Rocket. So like on my little headband, I got the rockets, and I always give myself these superhero names.
Mm-hmm.
Like I gave myself the superhero name of CEO Charlie. And there was a study that was done. with these three groups of children.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they were to solve a puzzle that was not able to be solved. It was an impossible puzzle. And with the first group, they put these kids in a room, gave them the puzzle, and they gave up after about 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
They took the second group. They told that second group, "Who's your favorite superhero?" Little girl said Dora the Explorer. Little boy said Spider-Man. And they instructed these kids, "Okay, you are Dora the Explorer. You are Spider-Man. Solve this puzzle." But they didn't last 5 minutes. They lasted 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Then the third group,
Yeah.
they said, "What's your favorite superhero?" They said Dora the Explorer and Spider-Man. They gave them outfits to wear, like costumes, to wear. Spider-Man and Dora the Explorer are trying to solve the puzzle, like literally. They lasted like almost an hour. So it's this identity that we give ourselves will keep us pushing through the hard times. I call myself Charlie Rocket. I'm an athlete, so I pushed and I pushed, and then all my dreams came true because I said I am an athlete. And it's only 62 miles to outer space. But does a rocket get upset or disappointed if it's at mile 32? No. It knows all we got to do is just keep going that way a little bit. And I think about it like this. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, "Charlie, why are you so confident that you'll be able to achieve your dream of, like, for example, I'm going to be MVP of the NBA Celebrity All-Star Game?" I said it with confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And this person came up to me and said, "How are you so confident in that?" I said, "Well, it's a lot like being pregnant." I said, "Does a woman doubt if she's going to have a baby because it's month 2?" She's like, "No, I got to wait 9 months." On month
Uh-huh.
5, is she having doubts? No, it takes 9. On month 8, is she ready to just give up? No, because she knows the process. 9 months. So with our dreams, we just need to treat it like a pregnancy. Now, this is the process. Just because it's month 4 doesn't mean I'm not going to have a baby. We know it takes 9 months. So I'm very confident that my dream will be birthed at the All-Star game because I'm doing the work and it's already done. Time hasn't caught up yet. Like that baby is already born. Time just hasn't caught up yet. We know how it's going to go. 9 months, bloop, baby, wah. Like that's just how it goes.
Yes, sir. Let's go. You got me hyped. I'm about to put up my super cape and everything. I'm about to be flying around here, Detroit, man. Let's go. I
Let's
love it.
go.
I love
It's
that. I
time
love
for
that
that.
analogy. Man, that's love, man. And I appreciate that so much. And I hope for everybody tuning in that's listening, rocking with this right now, y'all pay attention. Y'all taking some copious notes, learning from all of this. And man, it's all about following your dream, man. He just laid out a nice fucking blueprint on how to get your mind right, especially in this time, so you can dream
Mm,
right to make that
mm.
reality right. Right?
Hey, let's
Let's go,
go.
Charlie. Let's go, Charlie.
It's time. It's time.
Let's go. So, with that being said, like I said, man, I don't want to hold you. I know you got stuff to do, but what's the best place people can come contact you, hit you up, follow you? What's the tags, man?
And I like Instagram a lot. My tag on Instagram is Charlie, just Charlie. I like YouTube, Charlie Rocket. You can follow the basketball journey and all the dream journeys on YouTube. I also have a podcast, but it's a secret podcast. It's not on the podcast app. It's not on YouTube. You got to have a secret phone number to find it,
Mm.
and it's called Quantopia. So if somebody wants to listen to my podcast, they got to go find another quantum citizen, and they got to get the phone number from them because I never put the phone number out publicly.
I got
So
you.
sometimes you could just go in my comments on Instagram and
Mhm.
DM somebody, and they'll give it to you. But look
Yeah.
for the secret phone number for Quantopia.
Don't worry about it, y'all. I'm gonna get the code. I got y'all. I'm gonna plug everybody, man. He got it. Well, listen, Charlie, man, I appreciate it again so much. Thank you for taking time out to do this with me.
Yeah.
Man, all I can say is this keep doing what you're doing. I love your mission. I love the purpose behind it. Like I said, the energy always there. Keep eating those live foods.
Come on, man.
And I can't wait to see you at the NBA All-Star game because I'm gonna be on the fucking court. I'm gonna be on the on the floors with
Hey,
you. It's looking like I
let's
see you.
go.
I see
Let's
you.
go.
Let's make it
I'm
happen. So,
ready.
all love, man, and I'll definitely be in contact. And I appreciate you for coming on again.
All right, brother. Thank you, man.
All right. Until next time, guys. Much love, peace, and blessings.